Hello travelers. In this video, we're talking about gang stalking. Have you ever heard of this? And I'm not talking like street gangs of like, wearing like bandanas and a bunch of thugs or something. I'm talking about gang stalking. Let's get into this, guys. Thanks for coming along on this ride. I think this is going to be a good one, so stick around. We're going to learn something. Alright, what is gang stalking? What am I talking about, right? I'm not talking about like gangs from like Michael Jackson's Beat It. I'm talking about other gang. Gang stalking is also written as gang stalking or gang stalking. There's like a space in the second one. Refers to a person being followed, harassed, or victimized by others or a group of people. In other words, gang stalking is when a group of people harass, intimidate, or use other organized gang stalking methods and tactics to victimize another person or a group of people. Yeah, let's get into this. I know this guy was gang stalked. What is a common motive for gang stalking? Before I get okay, there's people out there that basically they're targeted, and it's some type of program, and it involves a lot of people, and it sounds conspiracy and crazy and all that shit, but whatever, get over that. It's actually real, and it's people that are very well organized. It's like funded and everything, that are seemingly just like normal people. They don't dress a certain way. They look just like you and me. They could have my shirt on, right? They could have a shirt on from Walmart, like a basic, but basically they follow you around and they'll do things repetitively to drive you insane and make you basically break yourself down and make you feel like you're the crazy one. And then in turn, anyone you know in your life also thinks that eventually, and it isolates you and to where no one believes you, and these people are victims and they can't get help. So I want to talk about it because we all need some help. What is the common motive for gang stalking? Why are these people being targeted? What the fuck, right? They're usually led into these gang stalking groups through manipulation and deceit, using their sense of morals or lack of morals and beliefs to influence their cooperation. Sometimes they might even be acting without any conscious control or awareness of being involved in anything. They might not be fully aware of what they're doing and just doing it for the price. Imagine that, guys, if they're just making money, right? What can I do about gang stalking? What do I do if I think I'm being gang stalked? Organized gang stalking, also known as organized stalking, there's a stretch, community harassment, community stalking, is a systemic form of control, right? Which seeks to destroy every aspect of a targeted individual's life for whatever reason. They don't really know why. Using occupational health and safety laws, warning markers can be added to a target's file. Sorry, let me read that again. Using occupational health and safety laws, warning markers can be added to a target's file. Okay, and they just act like you're fucking crazy, nobody believes you. Could you imagine that? You experience something and no one believes you. Okay? All these people, Jesus, they look disheveled. All their clothes and... is gang stalking a mental illness, right? No. It'll placate it like that, and that's their main goal, is to drive you insane and make you think you have an illness and like break you down is the key word. They're trying to break these people down. I don't know why. Maybe because they're on the wave of something and they're very keen and it's a threat to a system that already exists. Can you imagine that? Yeah. Okay. No, it says it's not a mental illness. It says it right now on Google. So we got to believe it, right? If Google says it. But we got to have our own opinions too. When a person says that they are being gang stalked, they most likely are. Even though it sounds like the person is imagining things, and that is what it sounds like. Before you force them into an institution or make them take drugs, do some research, because we're so quick to just be like, oh, that guy's fucking crazy. I got to go to work in like 20 minutes, so you're crazy. Take some drugs, or I'm going to check you into the fucking psych ward, is basically how people are responding. Ask the person questions about the activity. Who do they think it could be? All right, this doesn't really help either, because these people... they'll go to the cops and they'll be like, I think someone's following me, right? And then they'll just like reverse psychology them. They'll be like, well, who's following you? And they're like, I don't know. And then the more questions you answer, the crazier you seem by like the 6th or 10th question. It just like literally breaks the person down to getting no help and seeming like they're a threat when they're not. They're being targeted. They're victims. Can you prove gang stalking? God, I wish we could, right? This guy, he's like eating a fucking bagel outside like an airport, and he's being stalked. You could see it in their eyes, man. Fucking picture's worth 1,000 words. These people, these poor people. Can you prove it? The main reason why gang stalking and harassment can be difficult to prove legally is because of the lack of forensic evidence. No evidence, no trial, baby. Another reason is because the individual who's being stalked and harassed may act in ways that appear to be paranoid, irrational, or just plain nuts. Yeah, they're like, you're fucking crazy, man. We can't help you because it seems like everyone else is doing fine and walking along that road, but for some reason, you're the crazy one, right? Not likely so. I don't want to get too far off topic, but this is pretty funny to me. What does the Bible say about gang stalking? What? Was Jesus gang stalked? The Bible does not directly discuss stalking. There's a fucking stretch. But we can apply many of its principles to discover the biblical perspective. A common theme in Scripture is that we are to treat others the way we want to be treated. Matthew 7:12. Jesus said the second greatest commandment is to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Matthew 22:39. Yeah, I'm still learning that one, actually. Does gang stalking ever stop? Is there a fucking end to this, or do you have to go insane and go nuts? Gang stalking cannot be stopped. It's scary. There's nothing we can do to control the actions of another person or group. And we're talking more so about a group, not just one individual following it. We're talking about a group, like an organized thing. But we can begin to live in such a way that's not crazy. Yeah. Again, there's acting like we're crazy. Why is gang stalking a thing? I didn't even know what the fuck this was till yesterday. Why is it a thing? There are many reasons why someone or a group of people can be gang stalked. The most common reasons could be differences in their core beliefs. That's what I was saying earlier. If it doesn't line up with the powers and systems that be, guess what? You fucking out, buddy. Okay, that's the main one. Racism. Okay, they might hate you off of your like skin color. Maybe they're racist towards like, you know, your way of life, really. Or other differences that may be cultural or based on their lifestyle. Like, I was watching a video. I'm going to put some videos below this one that you guys can click on to see real life people who were gang stalked. I've not been gang stalked, and hopefully after I make this video, when I go get fucking groceries, I'm not gang stalked. All right. But I was watching one on this it seemed like a really nice, just a gay man, but he was like a famous dude who was like a makeup artist for celebrities, and he got drove to the levels of insanity from being followed, and they just declared him paranoid, which is really weird. Cause I got a pretty good read on people, guys, and that dude was telling the truth. Thanks for coming along on this ride. Let's figure this out. Let's go a little deeper. What do you guys say? I won't keep you long. Don't worry. This will be a good one. This guy, all these pictures you see are pictures of people. There were so many too, which is really disturbing. There's so many pictures of these people that came off as gang stalked that they tried to, like, you know, get the pictures themselves and like unravel the situation, but these people had no help at all. This one's kind of hard to read because it's small, so I'll read it for you. Eleanor White, creator of a website that offers information and support for what she terms victims of multiple stalking, gets her message out while strolling along Barnesdale Avenue. Someone you know is asking that right now. Multistalkervictims.org. Multistalkervictims.org. Yeah, all these pictures is what popped up. People claim to see vehicles like of the same color, be it black or white, that just started showing up on the streets, tinted windows, you know. And again, it seems all like paranoia, and it's like, oh, that's whatever. But I don't know, man. Coincidence. And even this, again, back to that dude. I'll put him in the details below. The guy from like L.A. He clearly wasn't lying, and he came across a situation like this. We're looking at a big, you know, city fucking sidewalks here, and he said there was like 20 or 30 people that just looked so unnatural, like behaving. They were on like a 1950s sitcom, and this was in like 2010 or some shit, or like recently. It was recent. And he said you could just tell, like, it was almost like watching a bunch of bad actors, you know? So, like, and they were for him, guys. They were for him. There's activists. That's cool. This isn't, like, made up, because there's a bunch of people, they're carrying signs in here. If you make a fucking sign about it and get a bunch of other people that had the same experience, It's no longer like paranoia or a fake thing. It's real. I want to go back to my first guy though. This guy had a lot of good stuff. What are some symptoms of gang stalking? Symptoms of gang stalking: you hear popping, clicking, humming, or buzzing sounds you can't identify. Popping, clicking, humming, or buzzing sounds that you can't identify. Self-experience. I've always been interested in ghost hunting. Isn't that like EMFs? Yeah. And technology before I was a targeted individual. So the equipment I've brought prior assisted me in knowing the difference between RF or low frequency V2K. Okay, so this guy was like a ghost. So he had ghost hunter gear equipment, and he was picking up the intrusions of sound like coming into his zone, you know? Can you prove gang stalking? Can you prove it? This guy's got the camera. He's trying to fucking prove it. The main reason why gang stalking and harassment can be difficult to prove legally is because of the lack of forensic evidence. That's what we were saying before. Man. Let's do this one. Why is there gang stalking? Why does this even exist? Like, what? Nobody can explain it. I'm being gang stalked. It looks like somebody went on like a t-shirt website. Actually, that's a good way to put the word out. Now I think of it, you know. I'm not me personally, but that's what the shirt said. You get it. Why is there gang stalking? What? Why? There are many reasons why someone or a group of people can be gang stalked. And again, it goes into your beliefs. If you don't line up with the system, racism, cultural base, and lifestyle. Huh. Let me know what you guys think of this. Like, do you know someone that it's been gang stalked? I want to end on something lighter because it's such a dark topic. Being called crazy by an entire cult full of gang stalkers and psychopaths. Looks like Nick Cage was gang stalked in Con Air, right? But I just wanted to end on a happy note because it's not a good subject. But thanks for coming along for this ride, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring a ding ding my bell, baby. And I will see you guys